So James Harden has been absolutely out of this world on the Sixers, and it feels like nobody expected them to be this good this quick. As we're only 4 games in, this 30 looks like a generational duo and team in general. So what is making this duo and James Harden so good on the Sixers? Firstly, let's talk about the shift in scoring James Harden has had on the 76ers and how he's been so damn efficient. Now I want to preface this is only a 4-game sample, and these numbers and averages will definitely sort out, but for now, let's just look at what he has done in improvements from Brooklyn. So taking a look at James Harden as a Sixer, in 4 games, he has averaged 27 points, 12 assists, and 7.5 rebounds on about 59% from the field, 50% from 3 on 6 attempts, and on 10 attempts from the free throw, 90% from there. From an efficiency standpoint, he has been absolutely godlike. And yes, these are just 4-game sample size, but this has still been incredible. So why has it been so good? And what has changed from his landscape from Brooklyn to the 76ers and made him so good so fast? Now, one of the speculations fans had was the 76ers shooting, as Seth Curry is one of their snipers and he left for Brooklyn. As you can see, not only does the volume go up, but the efficiency goes up as well. So the Sixers are making more shots while attempting more at the same time than the Nets were with James Harden. As Ben Simmons sat out, the 76ers honestly desperately needed a dynamic playmaker, and James Harden came in and is just that, allowing a lot more creation and a lot more spacing so that shooters can shoot way better shots than they were without Ben Simmons and no James Harden. And you can see just how elevated they've been. James Harden has raised this team from a 111 offensive rating to a 130 while he's on the court. And if you didn't know, a 130 rating is absolutely out of this world. It would be the greatest of all time and easily the first in the league. Due to the Sixers spacing being a lot better than Brooklyn, James Harden has been able to get to the paint and finish way better than he was on Brooklyn, shooting 14 for 18 around the rim and getting fouls at will around the net. Knowing that your players can hit open shots you create, as well as having Joel Embiid right beside you at almost at all times, definitely is reassuring to James, and I can tell just by the way he's driving that he's being a lot more aggressive and comfortable. What has been so crazy to me is the chemistry between Joel Embiid and James Harden has been so seamless. Not to mention Tyrese Maxey, who's been on an absolute tear while James Harden. As a huge James Harden supporter, not even me could imagine how seamlessly him and Joel Embiid have fit on this team. Joel Embiid on some reads is not even ready for the ball. That's how open James Harden is getting him the ball. And even Embiid himself said, "I've never been this open in my career." James Harden has turned Joel Embiid into a roll man in the pick and roll scenario, which Joel Embiid has never been. And due to Joel Embiid's gravity, James Harden can often score off this, especially with the step back 3 when a big man switches onto him. As shown here, Karl Towns is on him. James Harden recognizes this matchup and takes advantage of it easily, stepping back and nailing a 3 in his face. In this play, the pick and roll works yet again. Due to James Harden's easy little lob pass in there, Joel Embiid was easily able to get the and one finish. As shown here, the Cavs were in a 2-3 zone to contain Joel Embiid, which James Harden can pick apart easily, hitting the corner for an easy open 3. Due to Joel Embiid's gravity as a whole, James Harden's passing ability is magnified on an all-time level, and he can hit so many people wide open as I'm showing these clips as we're going. In conclusion, Joel Embiid and James Harden have been nothing short of legendary, and this could be an all-time great duo if they stick together more than a year. So yeah, James Harden is not washed. James Harden is he's not bad. He's not a bad basketball player. Is he as good as he used to be? Maybe not. I mean, he's 32 years old. Maybe he regressed a little bit as a player, but as a whole, the IQ is at an all-time high. The playmaking, I've honestly never seen this level of passing from James Harden in my life in these 4 games. If he can keep this up, then we're seeing James Harden. This is James Harden playing basketball with motive. Clearly in the Nets, he did not have motivation, but now he clearly has motivation. And if you made it to this point, thank you for watching. I'm Sam. I know this is a short little video. I just wanted to talk with James Harden and give some insight on if I think he is going to keep this up or not. So that's the video. Thank you for watching. Share with your friends, got Harden fans, stuff like that. Make sure you comment ideas and stuff you want me to do. Like and obviously subscribe and all that. So I'll see y'all later.